Hey Morningstar, who can forget the day you got your driver's license, right? I mean, for some, it was the biggest day of their young lives. They went and took the test the very day they turned 16, and then for others, not that big of a deal. Or maybe they weren't ready or confident enough to start driving at 16, so they waited 6 months or a year or longer. Personally, I was among the first group. But in the town I grew up in, they only gave the driver's test 1 day a week, so I had to wait about 4 days after my magical 16th birthday. I was confident in my abilities. I'd taken driver's ed in school, practically memorized the book used to study for the written test, and I'd driven a lot with my parents on the back roads of southeast Missouri. But there was something incredibly satisfying about taking the test, hearing the officer tell me that I'd passed, getting my picture taken for my license, getting in the car and driving my dad home, dropping him off, and taking my first solo drive. Getting our driver's license is one of our culture's rites of passage, a symbol of growth and maturity and taking on huge responsibility. Spiritually speaking, we have several rites of passage. Baptism is one of the first rites of passage. For us as United Methodists, we believe that baptism is about being initiated into the church, into God's mighty acts of salvation. It's where we can begin then to be nurtured and grow spiritually and eventually own our saving faith in Jesus Christ. And this weekend, we're going to have the opportunity to participate in 13 folks getting baptized during our 3 weekend services. But today, for the purpose of this blog, I want to focus on another spiritual rite of passage, namely confirmation. For those who weren't baptized as children, confirmation is their opportunity to simultaneously openly profess their faith in Christ and be initiated into Christ's holy church. For those who have been baptized, it's the chance to publicly own their faith in a personal way, confirming for themselves the faith that led their parents to bring them for baptism as younger children. Now, no two churches really do confirmation the same way. For some churches, confirmation can be something that stretches completely over like 2 years. In other churches, it may be as short as 6 or 8 weeks. At Morningstar, we're kind of right in between. For those in 8th grade and up, they're invited and encouraged to participate in a 4-month journey. During these 4 months, they're going to focus on what it means to really own their faith, to take the faith of the church and the faith of their parents and make it theirs. And this Friday night, 51 students here at Morningstar, 8th grade and up, will complete their rite of passage. I mean, that's awesome, isn't it? 51 young lives, the impact that our church is having on the next generation of Christ followers, disciples and leaders in the church. And listen, I invite you to join them. As their church, you've played an important role in their journey. You might not even realize it, but through your generosity, you've provided the resources, the finances and the facilities and the adult mentors to literally meet these young people where they are and to help them take huge rite of passage next steps in their spiritual journeys. Additionally, I know many of you have joined me in praying for them the past 4 months, and it would be amazing. It would be amazing for you and definitely for them if you were to show up on Friday night and participate in this service. It starts at 6 o'clock right here in the auditorium. Hey, as our students go through their rite of passage this weekend and we do the baptisms during our weekend services, I challenge you to remember your baptism and maybe in particular your confirmation. And I invite you to remember it in 2 ways. To first actually go back and think about that time in your life. Think about what you were going through. What part of you was truly just sold out to Christ in a way that maybe you aren't even right now. And what part of you back then was just kind of going through the motions, doing it because other people were, your parents expected, or maybe you were just too kind of spiritually naive to grasp the fullness of following Jesus. Second, I invite you to think about where you are now and ask yourself if the decisions that you make, the way you live your life, either confirm or conflict with being a follower of Jesus. You see, friends, confirmation is at once both a a time-sensitive ritual of passage. But it's also an ongoing invitation and challenge. Every decision we make, every word we speak and action we take, the way we respond to life situations, the way we steward our time and talent and treasure, they're all ways that we continue to confirm our faith. Our faith either in Christ or ourselves or the world. Hey, I pray that it's the former for you. So have a blessed week. Be the church. I'll see you in worship this weekend and hopefully even at confirmation. God bless you.